Good morning, everybody. Okay, so welcome. My name is Melinda Hart. You are watching Stamping with Hart. I am an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up, and today I wanted to work with the Playful Pets suite, but we're also going to be talking about a little, some add-ons and some extras and some ideas that you could use. August is a big month for birthdays for me. Is August a big month for birthdays for you? Let me know. So almost everybody whose birthday, if not everybody who has a birthday, at least for my friends and family this month, they all have fur babies and they adore their fur babies. So I thought it would be fun to make a birthday card using Playful Pets, but we are going to be borrowing a happy birthday sentiment from another stamp set, which I will get into. But before I dive into the project and start walking through the products, let me put up my banner here just so that you know what we're going to be working with today. I also wanted to mention paper pumpkins. So for those of you who subscribed or got the August kit, it went through I believe yesterday. So the 10th of each month is the last day to subscribe. And so your paper pumpkin should be shipping very soon. I'm waiting for the shipping confirmation for my paper pumpkin kits. So now we are going to be in a new period for paper pumpkin, meaning the next kit that will be available, the next kit that you can sign up or subscribe for, is the September kit. And traditionally, September is the Halloween kit. And it looks like they did something a little bit different. Now, there is a way for me to share my screen, but I've never done that before. So let's just see if I can show you really quickly what the paper pumpkin looks like. And then if I can do that, they give you a little teaser. Okay, so let me see if I can blow that up for you guys. So this is the Hello Pumpkin. This is going to be available from August 11th through September 10th, meaning you would have to be subscribed by September 10th to get this kit. The details that I know about the kit are, obviously we see a little teaser here where you can see some pumpkins. This is always a good indicator when they release their, when they release their teaser, that everything that you're seeing is going to be somehow connected to the kit. So this is going to be a kit of treat boxes. I believe it's 20 treat boxes, and there's going to be a variety theme, meaning it could be Halloween, it could be fall. You're going to have options here, which I think is wonderful. Personally, this is usually my favorite kit every year. And for the last 2 years, I have been putting these together and then handing them out to my trick-or-treaters. So like the first, it's like I usually get 2 kits. So it's like the first 30 or 40 kids who trick-or-treat usually get the paper pumpkins. And then I have all of the rest of my candy once those run out. One of these days I'll have enough for everybody. But for the last few years, that's what I've been doing, and I absolutely love it. So let me stop sharing here. Okay, that was easier than I thought. Okay, so let me go ahead and show the table here, and let's go ahead and do some crafting. Oh, there was one other thing I wanted to show you, but I'll wait until the end to show you that. So let me just switch my cameras here. All right, and now we're looking at the table. So I'm going to take my banner down. All right, so every time I'm talking to you about a suite or a bundle or things like that. Those products, even if they are in a group or a collection of products, they do not include the staple pieces. So I decided to just pop, these are going to be on my table anyway, so I decided to just pop these on here so that I can walk you through typically what I get out or what I have or what I use whenever I am making any project. So the cardstock, it's one of the best things about Stampin' Up! Is that everything color coordinates. It makes everything so much easier. So these are what I would consider to be the basics, the staple pieces. So we're going to be using our Whisper White cardstock. This is the 8.5 by 11, but they also offer it in 12 by 12. We're going to be using Real Red because it's one of the accent colors in Playful Pets. And you'll see when I show you the designer series paper soon. We're also going to be using Flirty Flamingo. Flirty Flamingo, again, is an accent color that they have with Playful Pets. Now, here's a few of the extras or a few extra ideas that I just wanted to mention to you. So Basic Black is a huge player in the Playful Pets suite. So if you happen to get the black glitter paper, which comes in either the Magic in This Night suite from the new holiday catalog, or I should say technically the August to December 2020 mini catalog, keep it in mind for other projects. It doesn't have to just be for Halloween. It doesn't just have to be for holiday. You could use this fun sparkle pop on your regular everyday projects too, which I'm hoping to add a few accents here with the Playful Pets. So that's one extra I wanted to mention. Another one that I wanted to mention that's from the mini for August to December is the plaid tidings. Now, of course, these are for your holiday crafting, but they have a few different black and white. Let me get them out. I think it'll just be the easiest way to show you. So they have a few options in the black and white plaid that I thought would be so cute with this suite. So there's another one in here somewhere. There it is. I love this one. Okay, so for myself, these are the two things that I was thinking of. But of course, whatever the design eye that you have might, spark, oh, I think, this paper would coordinate or this paper would coordinate. But since we're all kind of diving into the brand new products from the mini catalog, these were the few that I just wanted to mention that you could actually use as a tie-in for everyday cards like birthdays, like I'm going to be working with today. So again, that's the Plaid Tidings 6x6 designer series paper. There's 48 sheets in this one, and they're all double-sided. So I'm just going to put those aside. The last thing that I want to mention before I actually start getting into the kit or the Playful Pet suite itself are these little vellum, they're these little square doilies. There are 24 of them. They're 3x3. I just think that they are so beautiful. They're from either the Peony suite or you could buy them, individually. And I thought that this might be really pretty to put on a birthday card. So we'll see how this looks. I'm not sure yet. I didn't design a card in advance, but these are called the square vellum doilies. I just wanted to mention those too, because as we're, designing our projects, we can think about that. So I had recently done a video using treat bags with the Playful Pets suite, and we're going to do a very similar design today. We're going to use the heart punches again, just because I think it's, when you think about your pets and your fur babies, I mean, they're family, right? So I always think of hearts in love with our pets because they really are, part of the family. So if you're interested in seeing this video, once I post the replay up on YouTube, I'll link it on YouTube if you want to check it out. It's in my collection there. But this is what the little treat bags looked like, just in case you didn't see them before. But many of you, I'm sure, have. So now let's go ahead and get into it. So I already cut some of these out from the designer series paper. And we'll be going through these little guys and girls in a minute. And here we go. So part of the suite would be these two, the twine and the ribbon. Okay, so there's our basic black, our whisper white, our real red. We have some stitching there, which gives some nice interest. I always keep scraps of coordinating papers in my project bins, or in this case, my suite bin. So we're going to do designer series paper in a minute, but let's go ahead and walk through the other products because, as you can see, I have it all over the place. So we have the Pampered Pets stamp set here. So for Pampered Pets, we have a few different options for sentiments, but you'll see that there's no specific happy birthday. Now, of course, you could handwrite that in. You could incorporate another stamp set like I'm going to. But we have enjoy. We have I hope your day is a real treat. Always in your heart. So sorry for your loss. I think this is an important one, especially for our fur babies. It's hard when we lose them. But today is a happy occasion, and that's what we're going to be working with. Look at how cute these guys are. All right. And then there is a coordinating die set for the stamps. Okay. So you would be able, I believe, to purchase this as a bundle. This is available in the 2020-2021 annual catalog. Oh, sorry about that. But you can see we have some little paw prints here. And then we actually have the outlines that will cut the stamped images. And I believe they cut some of the die cut images. I mean, some of the designer series paper images too. So I'll see if I can go through that with you. All right. And then this is super cute. So these are called Playful Pets trinkets. And you can get either a little heart or a bone. I'm seriously considering using this bone in some of my Halloween projects. But today, adorable for our everyday card. And here's two examples of how I used those. So here's the bone on a collar. And then here is one of the hearts. And I actually took one of our Stampin' Blends because it's an alcohol marker. You can color right onto these little trinkets. And you can actually tint the trinket. So we see our little real red heart right there on our kitty cat, our little bossy kitty cat. My mom had a cat named Miss Kitty, and she looked exactly like this. She always had that face. Okay, so let's go ahead and go through the designer series paper. Can you believe that? You can tell I love this suite, right? Because I have really chopped it up. But let me try to get to the good papers first, meaning the ones that are intact. So these are double-sided 12 by 12. And you'll see with the script, you know, it says paw, jump, love, meow, purr, snooze, yawn, which is really, really sweet. And then the other side, we have kitty bowls, and we have the little kitty toys and paw prints and all of that lovely stuff. Here's the dog version. Okay, so we have the dog bone, the dog collar, the paw prints, their bowl. And then on this side, it is wag, play, bark, love, wolf, dig, chase, scratch. And then here we have a really, really cute like fish pattern. We have some dots, we have some hearts. And on this side, we have our kitty cats. I'm going to use this guy in a Halloween project, I promise. But we also have all of our, I'm in Halloween mode if you can't already tell. But yeah, so we have some really, really cute kitty cats here. This is an example of a kitty cat that you can use the die to cut out. Okay, so if you would want to cut that out. And here's another assortment of kitty cats. All right. And then on this side, we have like, it looks like a hair pattern, doesn't it? And then we have our paw. I love this paper, this paw print paper, the paws and the hearts. And then here's some of our doggies. These are the big dogs. that they have here. We have a really nice variety. That Chow Chow makes me think of Martha Stewart. Okay, and then we have our little puppies. We have our little doggies. All right, and then we have a really nice stripe pattern. This is so good as a coordinating piece of paper or a layering piece for so many projects. This is the Whisper White and the Real Red. All right, and then let me see if there's any that I missed. I think I got them all. Yeah, I believe I got all of the pages for you. I hope so. All right, so this is what we're going to be working with today. Now, what I figured I would do is just make a simple birthday card, actually. So I'm going to use the Whisper White as our card base, and then we'll go ahead and start building out a card. I want to show you the happy birthday stamp that we're going to be using today. Let me just get some of this stuff out of the way. My table is so small. We're gonna make some room here. All right, I have my little pre-cut pieces. We could put these away. I'm gonna keep these. I just love these. I cannot wait to use those for Halloween and otherwise. I love plaid. I am a big fan of plaid. You have to let me know if you're a fan of plaid. Okay, so I am going to be doing some fussy cutting today just because, like I said, I don't have and I didn't mention that our Stampin' Emboss and die cutting machine, the big size, the full size is available now, or I think it's for pre-order right now, but I think it's going to go live in September to customers. If you're a demonstrator, I think you can pre-order it now. I have not pre-ordered mine yet, but that is on my list. Okay, so here is where we're going to borrow our happy birthday from. So this is the Rustic Retreat stamp set. This is one of my favorite stamp sets. I used this like crazy last fall, and I'm planning on using it again. I'm going into this fall and winter holiday because you can see it's so versatile. But I just think that that is the cutest happy birthday. And I think that this particular design, like it's a really happy font. And I think that that'll be cute with our pets. So we're going to borrow that one from the Rustic Retreat. But of course, any happy birthday sentiment that you have in your collection, whether it's from a previous stamp set or paper pumpkin kit, will be just fine. Okay. This is another one of those dies that I would like to make a stencil for, just because I love the paw prints and I think that we could do so many different cute patterns with this. I'm wondering if I should try to do some shading with that today. We'll see. We'll see how we do on time. I'm just going to leave this piece out. Okay. So let's start with cutting our cardstock. What I'm going to do is we're going to do some simple cards here. Well, I always say simple and then I add 50 things to it, right? So we'll do our best. I'm going to grab my Whisper White. This is a new one, so we can open this together. All right. So when I'm trying to do like a no fuss card base, and you see me making the basic card bases a lot more so than the fancy ones, although doing the fancy folds, that's definitely fun. Definitely something that I would like to get into for the holidays. But for the everyday cards, and especially when you just need to get something done and in the mail, I like this particular cut, and I'll show you what I mean. So This is an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. I am going to take it to 4 1/4. And I'm going to cut. Okay. And so now I have 2 pieces here. And now I'm going to score it at 5 1/2. The scoring tool is always the lighter of the two. That's the darker, that's the cutter. And here is our scoring tool. If you want to be safe, you could always remove the one, but I mean, so that you don't cut it instead of scoring it by accident. But honestly, you'll get the hang of it pretty quick. Okay, so I'm just going to score this. Okay, and then we're just going to fold it down. And we have a nice, easy card base. Okay. Okay, so we are going to be using these 2 for this particular card. And now I'm going to choose my layering pieces. Okay, so I really like this. And I really like this. I think that these would be cute. We could do the dog bowls too. Let's go with this. Okay, so I was thinking we could either do it split, like we could do a 1/2 and 1/2 like that, or we could do like a top bottom thing, which is what I'm thinking I might do. And then we're going to trim this down. I am somebody who likes a 1/4 inch border, but some people like an 1/8 of an inch. You know, some people like it really, really thin, like hair thin. So whatever your preference, I tend to do it with the 1/4 inch. Okay, so since we cut this to 4 1/4, I'm going to cut this to 4. I'm also going to cut this one to 4. Okay, so you can kind of see that 1/4 inch border there. Okay, so I'm thinking of, since this is at 5 1/2, do I want the majority to look like that and then do the lower? You know what I mean? Like kind of split it lower. And then we could do like a little line divider here with our ribbon or something. I think that would be cute. Let's see. So let me cut this one too. I'm going to do 3 1/2. Let's just see what it looks like. We'll see what we like. So 3 1/2. And then I'm going to cut this one to 2 1/4. I think this piece, because it's white on white, it would look even better if it was on like a real red card base. Okay. So if you don't want to have any overlap, you could just trim that off. It doesn't bother me. And then let's see if we could do a little, I think we could do that right there. Okay, so that will give us just a little bit of a divider. And then we're going to cut a couple of hearts. So with the hearts, I really love the combo of the Flirty Flamingo with Real Red. I'm going to be bringing in my heart punches. This is also available in the 2020-2021 annual catalog. This comes as a combo pack. Okay, so these come together, I believe. And we get the regular heart, like with the smooth edges, and then we get the larger scalloped heart, and they're meant to layer together. Okay, so let's just punch a couple of these out. I'm gonna grab a piece of Real Red. Okay, so I got 1, 2, and then let's do one, 2. All right, so these pieces are meant to layer together. And we'll assemble everything quickly or soon. Okay, so like I said, I already fussy cut these two guys out, but we can fussy cut one together. So we're just going to put these. Maybe I should do 2 on 1. But then you won't even be able to see the heart really. So you could very easily tell that that is a heart, even though this guy's in the middle of it, or girl, just depending on. We could do it off to the side like that. That's sweet. We could do like a double heart type of thing here. So this is basically how I design, you guys. I just piece this stuff together. We could do like the double heart here. How cute is that? Okay, so where I was thinking about putting this, I was thinking about doing like a layer on the heart here. Okay, so I don't know if this would punch with my punch. This is so beautiful. I hate to even experiment and then it not work out, but let me just try. It will be a lesson learned. We'll all learn from my mistake if it doesn't work. Let me try. Let's see how this looks. Okay. So it looks pretty good. The only thing is this missing piece right here. So I would just be maybe a little more mindful when I'm punching. So if you do want to add some texture or some layering to your heart, but I actually am not loving that the way that I thought I would. So there's our little experiment, but I'm going to leave that out. Okay. So we'll do the double heart and then we can do our little sentiment like down here. And then I also want to add in one of our little charms. I think we should do the heart instead of the bones for this particular one. Sit on my table. Here it is. You can tell I do this all the time, right? All right. So we're going to get one of these out. So instead of putting it, because of the angle that the dog is, or the doggies are at, instead of me trying to do one on each of their collars, I'm going to do it either on the sentiment, you know, like put a little bow on the sentiment, or hang it from the ribbon or the twine. So let's just keep playing. But for now, I'm just going to leave this here, and then we can go ahead and we can stamp. So I pulled out my Real Red, my Flirty Flamingo, and then my Memento Tuxedo Black ink. I think that I would really like to stamp in a color. I think that that would be pretty. So let's do and this is where I would like to add in my little bit of sparkle too, actually. So we're going to do a layering piece here, and I'm going to get my black glitter paper, and let's trim this down. So the other punch that I am going to be using today is, now there are two versions of this now. This is the one that is in the annual catalog. This is called the Lovely Labels punch. And then there is now a banners version in the new mini catalog. Okay, so if you're really loving banners, that is a must. But for today, we're going to use the one that I have, which is our Lovely Labels. And you can cut at 3/4 of an inch, a 1/2 an inch, or an inch. So we're going to do the 1/2 and then the inch. And it's the glitter paper that we're going to cut to an inch. Or did I say an inch? Yeah, an inch, right? We'll see. We'll see if I'm right. Let me just make sure I'm not lying. Yep, 1 inch. Okay. So we have 1 inch, and then we're also going to cut at a 1/2 of an inch. Correction. That's going to be way too small for my stamp. So let's try the 3/4 inch. This is why we design these things in advance. We're going to see if the 3/4 will be enough. So I said that to you backwards, everybody. It's a 1/2 inch, 3/4, or an inch. So you know what I mean. But yeah, no coffee yet this morning. So let's go ahead, and I want to see if my stamp is going to work on this. So we're going to get our happy birthday out. Let's take a look at the sizing of it. And that looks great. Okay. So we're not going to need too much space, but let's do that's at the 2 inch mark. And you can see that just fits. So let's give it a little more room than that. Let's go to 2.5. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to feed this into the punch. I'm going to turn it over so that you can see it from the other side. I did not quite cut that right. I think I had it crooked. Let's try again. I'm not happy with the way I punched that one. So let's see. All right, trying it again, making sure that it's flush with the top. That's the most important part. Okay, so we have our little punch here. And then I must have cut that a little bit larger than 3/4. All right, that one is definitely better. The first one, let me just show you what I did on the first one. So you can see how like that looks totally strange on that corner there. So I made that one a little bit crooked, but this one's good. All right, so we will stamp our sentiment here. And then let's also do I'm just trying to get a feel for the sizing here. I'm going to go to 3.5. And if that's too big, we'll do it again. But like I said, we're just experimenting with our sizes here. So I want you to see some of that sparkle. All right, I'm doing the same thing. I'm just lining it up and punching. Love that. Love the way that looks. That'll look really nice on the white paper. All right, let's do the other side. Feeding it in, lining it up. Okay, let's take a look. So what I think I'm going to do is put my little charm right off to the side. So let's stamp our happy birthday. I'm going to use block C. And what do we think? Should we do Flirty Flamingo or Real Red? I feel like Real Red is the more bold color pop here. So let's do Real Red. I just think that that is the cutest font. That is just such a happy font. Okay. All right, and so what I'm thinking about doing here is just doing a little twine like here. We'll have this up on dimensionals, and then we'll pop our little heart on the side of it. And the question is, should we do 2? Or should we do 1? Maybe we'll do 2. I think that that would be so cute. Should we do a bone and a heart, or should we just do hearts? Well, let's do a bone and a heart because this particular card is for a boy and a girl. A boy and a girl doggy. fur baby. Okay. And let's see how that looks. And then that identifies one of each. So I'm just going to cut a little bit of twine here. And basically, I'm going to stick it onto the back. So I'm going to use my snail. If you guys don't already know the story, I messed up my stamp and seal and I have to order another one. So we're using the old adhesive for now, but I'm sure there are many of us out there who still have our older adhesives, and that's okay. Use what you have. So let's just stick that on the back there. It would help if I actually did some stringing, huh? Oh, you guys. This is the hardest part, is when we string this through. So this is from the Take Your Pick tool, and I'm going to use this to just kind of help me push it in to thread this. Okay. So let's see. I promised myself that I was going to make this less than an hour. And here I am. Okay. What time is it? 42 minutes. It's not too terrible, right? If I had some water here, I would wet it. Me and my big ideas. It's because this has come unspooled. So you know what? I'm going to see if it will let me glue it. I'm just rolling it into the glue to see if I can help that through. And it looks like that worked. Okay, great. There we go. All right, so we have our heart. Let's see if I can get the bone on there. And then I'm going to just use a little adhesive dot on the back of each of those to secure those down. on either side, but you know what? I shortened this, so just move this. I mean, that is still super cute. All right, and then let's do the dog bone. Got it. All right, so we're going to take some adhesive dots and secure those into place. If you haven't already heard me say it, I collect all of these adhesive dots from all my paper pumpkin kits. Keeps me stocked. And then let's get some dimensionals out while we're at it. Oh, and we have our black dimensionals too, which would be cool with this project. So I'm just going to put the little adhesive dot right on the back of the heart. Let's get that into position. We're going to do the same thing with the bone. Okay. Get this one into position. We'll put this one on dimensionals. I'm doing this now because I want to make sure that I have the bone lined up in the right place. Just pressing this down. And then I'm going to wrap around what's left of my twine. Say, whoa, that ended up being a little bit of a workout, right? Okay, so now let's assemble the rest of our card. I'm going to do the hearts first. I'm going to put our little doggy right in the corner. We're going to do the same thing here. That's cute. Okay. And then I'm just going to trim some of this off. We're going to just glue these pieces together. So I'm just going to try to find my placement here. I think that's good. I think that's better. All right, so right under this one. Just going to line this up right under this line that says wag, play, love, bark, wolf, dig, chase. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my ribbon and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to wrap it around and I'm going to glue it on the other side. So just going to cover the line where the paper is intersecting. I'm going to cut off the extra ribbon. I don't want to pull it too tight because I don't want to bend the paper. Okay. All right, and I like the way that that looks. I think that looks so clean. I'm going to put a little extra adhesive around my ribbon. All right, and I was thinking, should I put the doggies up on dimensionals or should I leave them flat? I'm definitely going to do this one on dimensionals just because I have a lot going on here. And I really want to show that off. And the question is, do I want to bring up the dogs too? I kind of do. Okay. I'm a dimensionals person. I love to pop things up on dimensionals. All right, so the doggy, this part I'm going to just use snail because it's going to be connecting to this heart, and then the outer pieces I will do more dimensionals. So I have 2 dimensionals at the top, and then right where the dog sits, I put just the adhesive because that's going to layer. Here. Sorry about that, you guys. Here is the finished card. We have our happy birthday, our heart, our bell. We have our little dogs right here. Of course, you could do a kitten, you could do dog and cats, just depending on who's getting your birthday card. For babies, they have, but just really, really cute design. And of course, you could put whatever you want. One of these days, we'll decorate the side of a card too. Okay, so the only other thing I wanted to mention, I'm just going to set my camera really quickly. Okay, I really hope that you enjoyed the card. The only other thing that I want to mention here, let me share my screen just one more time. I do not see the option. I'm going to go back to the Chrome tab. Okay, so I just want to show you here on my Facebook page, if you can see that. I'm trying to see if you can see what I'm doing. Yes. Okay. So if you go to more on my Facebook page, if you haven't already liked my page or visited my page, I highly recommend it. But if you go right here to more and then join my list, you can actually sign up for my email list. So I just wanted to mention that because that is something that I am trying to focus on and grow. And if you like my projects, I would love it if you would be interested in joining my list. So let me just stop sharing. All right. Thank you so much for being here today. And I will see you again tomorrow morning with another Halloween project. All right. Bye.